Hello and welcome to What the Flicks discussion of girls. This time it's episode 9, Flo, named for June Squibb.
Yes.
Right.
Big night last night.
Big night for June Squibb, mocked for being elderly by Ellen DeGeneres, and then later died.
The full gamut.
It was such a great night for her.
And lost an Oscar.
Right. She was a loser, mocked for being old, and then she died. This was, I think that this is a show that seems to be in a nice run, and I think they continued it last night with a terrific episode. You liked it. Oh, first of all, let's discuss this.
Yeah, I have the exact same dress that Hannah wore in the episode.
You gotta stand up.
All right. So here it is.
Stand up.
It's from Anthropologie's Backlist.
Right. That's the episode.
Oh damn, my legs look really good in that shot.
Frame grab it for later.
Sorry.
That was the. That's what Hannah was wearing when she went to see her grandmother in the hospital. Yeah.
When I saw it, I was really excited because this is one of my favorite dresses. I only bring it out when I'm ready to have a good time. So I was like, I'll wear it to work. But I love the episode because all of the friends were kind of removed from it, and it just kind of focused on the family dynamic that Hannah has and, you know, the relationship she has with her grandmother. And it just kind of starts off with her being typical Hannah, where she's thinking about herself. She gets a call from her mother saying, hey, your grandma's sick, you need to go visit. She's hesitant to do so. She's eating, yeah. And then finally she decides, you know what, it's the right thing to do. I'm going to go ahead and go see my grandma.
And then, so she's there, and then we meet someone, her cousin Rebecca.
Right.
Who's worse than any of her friends. Yeah.
She's a bitch.
No wonder she likes her friends so much, right? She gets to get away from Rebecca. And Hannah then, when sort of someone who is so much more self-involved and kind of loathsome than she, then all of a sudden Hannah becomes so wonderfully honest.
An angel of mercy suddenly.
Yeah, she's like, why do you want to have a drink with me? You know you're like incredibly mean to me.
Yeah.
And she says it without any defensiveness. That's like when you like love her.
Yeah, and then they had like this, so throughout the episode, she's fighting with her cousin. Her cousin's being super rude to her. And then they have like this moment after a pretty bad car accident where they kind of console one another at the hospital. And it was right after they noticed their mothers fighting with one another.
With their aunt.
With their aunt, yeah. So I kind of like that moment because it shows you how complex families can be. You can have like these moments where you absolutely hate an individual in your family, but at some point you realize, hey, your family, I despise you, but we need to be there for one another.
Yeah, I mean, for the rap this show gets about being up its own ass and being about 20-something hipsters, you know, they write older family dynamics really well. I mean, any family, you know, where you've seen that kind of behavior unfold, specifically around the death of the matriarch or a relative that's got stuff that is going to be divvied up by people, that all felt very true. It all felt very honest, that stuff.
Great moment between the mom and the aunt, Rebecca's mom, when Hannah's mom says, you know, you just resent because my marriage works, and and then they rip her husband. Her poor sick Peter Scolari.
In front of Hannah.
Oh yeah, big win. You married Tad or whatever his name is.
Ted Horvath.
Oh, great. Yeah, what a keeper.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was just, and then they all want the ring, and then.
My favorite moment of the episode was when Hannah and Adam go visit her grandmother, and they basically say like, oh, we're gonna get married, like, you know, and they're lying to her so she can at least feel that Hannah achieved something in life, which is so old school and backwards and everything. But I love what she said to Hannah. She's like, someday you will hate him with every fiber of your being. It will pass. Yeah, and I love that because it's true. I think most people feel that in their relationships.
Sarah Steele, by the way, played Rebecca.
She's in Please Give, and a couple other things. She's terrific.
My really outstanding therapist, Dr. Gary Penn. Please Give, worst movie he's ever seen. Never stops talking about how he cannot bear Please Give.
He's crazy. I loved the fact that having to fake the we're going to get married thing then forces them to actually have the were we going to get married? Did you want to get married? Are we going to get married? Do we get married? Conversation. Awkwardly in the way the show would do, you know.
But really well done, really well written, and Hannah handled that incredibly maturely. Like, I'm really angry right now. It seems like I wanted to trick you into this. I didn't, and now I'm very angry, and I'm gonna go. Like that was a totally grown-up way to handle it, and then sit there and Crumph.
Yeah, I love the way that she handled it. And I think it was a moment where she realized, like, hey, you know what? I thought of myself as like this progressive woman who didn't care so much about like where this relationship was going to go, whether or not he was going to propose to me. But now I realize that he hasn't really thought about it, and that bothers me.
Right.
You know, she realized that at some point I do want to get married, and that self-realization probably made her super uncomfortable.
At least I want him to want to get married.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Like now that it's on the table, at least fake. Like you know, it's not something that the idea doesn't completely repel you. You know, that's all I ask.
Yeah.
And then, of course, as we've come to now expect from the show, when things are bad,
Adam shows up.
Adam shows up.
Aw,
Adam
I
shows
like
up.
Adam.
You know, and then just to the perfect, he yells at her. Don't just text car crash. You know, and he screams at her because she needs that lesson. And then gives her a big kiss. And how wrong is the mom? I just looked up. That's Becky Ann Baker.
Becky
yeah,
Ann
who's
Baker,
great. And she's so wrong about Adam. Like, I mean, he may. I mean, some of the, you know, he is socially awkward. That's true, but not dramatically so. He's refreshingly honest in many ways, socially. But she's like, he's not comfortable in his own skin, and that I think is the most wrong thing. He strikes me as enormously comfortable in his own skin. He's just awkward.
I mean, yes, but yeah, also this is a guy who has sort of changed, you know, life ambition and career directions quite a bit in just the short amount of time that we've gotten to know him. So she might be onto something there a little bit.
Something, but I mean, she did. But the most of the thing he has is like he's comfortable as a guy who changes.
No, that's
like he's
true.
not trying to conform to anything. He is literally comfortable as to who he is and how he lives his life.
You know, and I wonder, so, you know, we were talking earlier about looking where you know, Patrick describes Richie in a way that, of course, his
very
mother is going to be
similar,
not approving. It may well be that all they know about Adam was when Hannah complains about him, and so their image of him doesn't necessarily conform with the real guy.
Yeah, but he just did, as she said, he did two nice things. One, he borrowed a motorcycle and sped to Ohio, I guess, or maybe, it has to be, right? And drove to Ohio, which is way closer to New York than you think.
Really? I'd love to get a map out.
Yeah, it's and then did the thing that she wanted, did the marriage thing.
Yeah.
For the grandmother who they thought was dying but wasn't, but did.
Yeah.
Right.
That was a little bit of a roller coaster in the episode. Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it a lot, and I guess I was relieved to, you know, get some time off from Shosh. Although she was replaced by Rebecca. Yeah.
It was enjoyable.
I can't wait till those two meet. It's going to be like
that
Shosh meeting with coked up Richard and Grant. You know, it's going to be a real meeting of the minds.
I was like, you're a doctor. You're texting. You realize the madness of this. And then when Rebecca says to her, you know, you're not that funny, and Hannah pauses and goes, well, that's just crazy.
It's great. Yeah. Those are the moments of the show that I love, right? That's like a reaction that no one would have.
Right, but it's good. It's like, and you know, you talk as I start to get more comfortable with her and her shortcomings, like. Like, she is pretty confident, and she does know what she wants, and maybe just getting a job and a paycheck has sort of centered her and made her less. She was not incredibly solipsistic this week. You know, she was not. She was otherworldly involved, which was nice to see. But like, she doesn't care that woman said she wasn't funny. She's like, well, that's crazy. I'm funny. It's part of
empirically funny.
Right, I'm empirically funny. That's part of what defines me. Like, wow, you're so unfunny that you don't even see that I'm funny. Right? Anyway, it was good stuff. The show's on a roll.
3 more?
3 more this season.